So anyone who thought that the drama in that part of Origin was over, like, no, it looked like it was, and we were all ready to move into summer season, Soaz, and we were just going to get on with our lives. And little did we know, there was some drama that happened that never actually got out to the public. So what happened was this, okay? Origin has to look like last minute for some players that they can bring in to be their players. So what they do is they get Hybrid was obviously kicked out of G2 because they got Sven and Mithy, and then they need an Eddie carry. And at the time, H2K had kind of failed in the playoffs. So they weren't happy with Forg1ven. Forg1ven had his own issues because he's Forg1ven. And so he was available, right? And he comes in at Origin. And the funny thing is, if you remember, everyone on the outside even said, along the lines of the story we were just talking about here with Sven, oh, this isn't going to work well. If Soaz is this lazy guy who doesn't practice, Forg1ven's going to go nuts and he's not going to be able to handle it. And then the funny thing is, though, the story officially was just that, you played the practices, you came into the season, and almost immediately there was just this post, Forg1ven's out, and it was implied by Origen, oh yeah, he just lost motivation, and he doesn't want to play anymore. And the thing is, Forg1ven, by the way, got really offended by this, because he says, and he's made comments recently, that actually it was never him. He says that what happened was he practiced, and that there was a conflict in the team, and he's, by the way, pretty much said this publicly, that it was between him and Hybrid, and that Hybrid somehow backstabbed him and fucked him over and whatever, and that Origen decided, we're going to go with Hybrid on this one, and so Forg1ven, you're out, we're kicking you out the team, but we don't want to do it that publicly, so we're just going to say that you lost motivation. And so, by the way, I don't know if he's got over it, but Forg1ven's not too happy about that still. So can you give me, what's your perspective? What happened with Forg1ven in Origin?
So... yeah, we got Forg1ven and Hybrid. Forg1ven came to the gaming house a bit late, so we started practicing. And after a few days, they basically got into an argument and stuff. And they got into an argument. I mean, I'm gonna say the things that are no secret to the public, okay. Right? So I'm not gonna talk about all the details and stuff like this, but so yeah, they got into an argument, and what I think happened was that Hybrid was really mad about the situation and probably talked badly about Forg1ven on Skype group chat or something.
I mean, it was implied that there's a Skype group chat that's the newer players, okay, like Perks and these guys who were obviously he was in G2. Well, these newer players, right?
Yeah, and the thing. So yeah, he said something bad about Forg1ven or something on the group chat, and I don't really know how it happened, but Forg1ven saw it on Hybrid PC or something like this, and from this point, both of them just couldn't play together anymore.
What's the end of the world already just because of a comment? It can't just be sorry, let's keep playing as professional. That's it. It's the end of the world already of one comment.
It was pretty much after this, I think after this we kept playing for a few days, 2 or 3 days, and it just started getting worse and worse. It's like a ticking bomb, right?
Okay.
So I was just watching this happening, and then after 2 to 3 days, then the ticking bomb exploded, and then from this point, we just had to. We didn't play scrims for 2 days because we just couldn't play scrims. They didn't want to play, right? So Hybrid didn't want to play any more scrims. So we had to make a decision of basically it was keeping one or another, and everyone pretty much decided no one really know about this, but I'm gonna be honest and say that everyone decided to go with Hybrid because we thought that it would be the best fit, thinking about attitude wise and everything. We thought that it could be a better fit for all of us, so we decided to go with Hybrid, and that was pretty much it,